What's happening, everybody? It's Tabile TTO. I'm back and I'm taking over on this brand new episode of The Purple Couch. Not only am I taking over this episode, but I'm taking over as the Purple Couch host. I'm so excited to be sitting down and having incredible conversations with young people who are doing absolutely amazing things all across our beautiful country. This is a special episode as we just celebrated Human Rights Day on the 21st of March, and this is such an important day in history, or rather in our history, as we commemorate all that went down in Sharpeville. I want to ask you today, what do you appreciate the most about having our Bill of Rights active in our country? I appreciate, having the freedom to say and speak my mind. I appreciate having the freedom to move around and walk around wherever I want to go. And I think I appreciate it today and absolutely now the most because of what's happening in Ukraine with our brothers and sisters. A big shout out to our funders, which is of course the National Department of Health and the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, for making all of this possible. Don't forget that we are live and you can connect with us across all our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It is at LoveLifeNGO, hashtag The Purple Couch. Otherwise, don't forget to like, subscribe and share the channel with all your friends. Let's get to taking over. Welcome to the show. And we're back and taking over. This is still The Purple Couch with me, Tabile TTO, and it's time for us to get into Spot the Trend. This is where we highlight some of the trending topics that may have occurred in this month. The Buhlungus don't pal. This, as we've seen, the price of petrol skyrocketing, and South Africans are absolutely not happy about this. The price of petrol is expected to be at least 21 Rand a litre. I want to find out from you, what are your thoughts on this? Does this mean that you'll be spending more on food and less on petrol, or will you be parking your car and using public transport? Voice out your opinions on social media. The official hashtag for the show is hashtag The Purple Couch. Our next Spot the Trend is in light with mental health. In February, we lost rapper, producer, and fashion designer, an icon that is, of course, Ricky Rick, due to mental health challenges. And I want to take this time and urge young people to continue to be kind to each other. Let's continue to support and check on our loved ones. And if you have problems that you maybe are not able to share with your friends or family, we've got Love Life counselors that you can send a please call me to. The number to dial is 083 323 1023. That is 083 323 1023. And our Love Life counselors are on standby, ready to help you. We're back and still taking over. This is The Purple Couch with me, Impintshenu Tabile TTO, and we went out into the streets to chat to some young people about what is the importance of them knowing that rights come with responsibilities, and this is what they had to say.
Hi, my name is Tarika Sankumana and I'm from the Northwest.
I'm Wemi Babalola from the Eastern Cape. And I think rights are things people deserve. And if you want a privilege like that, you're going to have to be responsible.
My name is Nolin Dube. I'm a parent at Stanford Lake College. I have a young son who's a swimmer, Pearson Mumba. For me, I believe that for a child to get his rights from a parent, they should first show me that they are responsible enough to do so. If they are careless, I can't let them be what they want. But if they prove to me that they know what they want in life, with the guidance of me as a mother, or from their father, or any other parents surrounding them, because we don't spend our entire day with our children. Anyone older than them, they should respect as a parent. That on its own will show that they are grown up and can be responsible for themselves. Just like we are here at SA Nationals, it shows that our children have shown that they are responsible. Thus, it's their right to swim, it's their right to be here, it's their right to represent South Africa. Thank you.
The reason why human rights are so important,
Ladies and gentlemen, could we
the
ask you
reason
to
why
take
human
your seats,
rights
please?
have a huge
Like to proceed.
responsibility is because that us as South
Everybody
Africans,
take
we
a
need
seat,
to know our
please.
human rights. And in order to know our human rights, we have to act in a certain manner. We cannot violate other people's human rights because that's an infringement on the Bill of Rights. That's why we have the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. That's why we have different courts, because our rights need to be respected. And as the citizens of South Africa, we're living in a democratic society, so our views count and our rights have to be taken seriously. Thank you.
We're back and we're still taking over. This is the Purple Couch, and I'm your host, Utabile TTO, and we're getting ready to jump into our exclusive interview for today. And we're hanging out with youth activist Andile Shawe. How are you doing today, Andile? And welcome to the show.
I'm welcome to you, and thank you for having me on the Purple Couch.
Thank you for honoring the invite. Andile, before we jump into what you do, in a nutshell, who would you say Andile Shawe is?
Okay, I'd say he's a young person that's passionate about activism, women's football, and content creation.
In your words, what would you say an activist, or rather a youth activist is?
Well, being faced with difficult situations in the country, young people should have someone that can stand for them. So, as a youth activist, that's what I do. I stand for what young people can't really fight for.
And which community are you from, and how would you say that community inspires what you are doing now?
I'm based in Alex, and well, yeah, there's a lot of problems in Alex. Yeah.
What would you say are some of maybe the main 3 challenges that the youth in Alex are challenged by?
The main challenge being drugs. Say gangsterism now and again, but people don't really look into that much, and lack of opportunities for young people.
Speaking of, the lack of opportunities, you are one young person who's very involved in sports, mainly women's sports. Why did you choose to kind of make this a passion project for you, and specifically why women's football?
Okay, for me, I saw a gap in the women's market in women's football, because now everyone's looking at men and not a lot is being done for women. So for me, that's why I went out of my way to help young women achieve what guys are achieving.
What would you say are some of the things that you are doing with the female footballers?
At the moment, I get them teams that will actually pay them for what they're doing, because you can't do something that you're passionate about and not get paid for it.
Not get paid, yeah. And especially because it's also a man's sport, so men definitely get paid way more than women. How do you think that we can maybe change that? If a women's team is performing as well as a male's team, how can we get them to get maybe the right sponsorship or get the right attention, or the attention that the male footballers get and male teams get?
Wow, bridging that gap might be a bit difficult. It might take a couple of years, but it all starts with the teams, because at the moment what I've noticed is that teams don't know how to go out and look for sponsorships and stuff like that. So in terms of getting proper training and stuff, teams must go out, get proper training on how to look for sponsorships. Because you can't say we want sponsorships but you're not doing anything. Yes, you have your Sundowns ladies, they are well equipped. For an example, I can give you JVW. JVW is a team that started from scratch. Yes, it's the Banyana captain's team, but she's been doing great things. That's how she attracted sponsors from starting at schools. Do something first and then sponsorship will follow.
Would you then say that is the challenges that female footballers in female clubs are facing are the same challenges that the Banyana, which is the South African, women's football team, are they facing the same challenges, or are they a little bit better?
Well, I wouldn't say they face the same challenges because it's a national team, but in terms of equality with the men's team, it's not. It's a challenge because they won't get paid the same amount of money. Yeah.
And then as we close it, Andile, I know with the work that you do, you probably might need some help wherever it is that you might need help. And there might be someone at home who's listening who might want to lend that helping hand. What is it that you would say maybe you need in order for you to fulfill the dreams and hopes of those young people that you work with?
Okay, with what I do, I normally look for teams that actually pay players, but firstly it's education for me, because education and sports go hand in hand. So with the people I work with, you can get a scholarship abroad, but the money that you're supposed to pay is way too
Way
much
more, yeah.
for a person from Alex or Soweto. So a sponsorship that will actually pull through to that amount that's supposed to make
Help,
it work.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically, yeah. That's what I need. I don't need a lot, but yeah.
Are you sure you don't need a lot?
It's not a lot, but it will be a lot of money, but it's not for
Yeah.
me, but for that specific player.
Yeah, and ultimately the youth that you're working with. And where can people get a hold of you on the social streets?
On Facebook, it's Andile size 1, Shawe.
Size 1, okay.
Yes. And then on Instagram, it's Andy size 1 or Beyond the Streets Photography.
All right, definitely get a hold of him and support the causes that he's putting together to help and empower young people. And we're back and taking over. This is still the Purple Couch with me, Tabile TTO, and we are getting ready to jump into Wybiz. This is where we give young entrepreneurs the platform to come onto the show and share with us all the amazing things that they are doing. And on today's show, we are joined by fashion designer Cindy. How are you doing today, Cindy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. We were chatting off air before we jumped on and started shooting the interview. You are the founder of Vex Footwear.
Yes, I am.
Chat to me about Vex Footwear. Where did this idea start, and where are you guys now?
Oh my goodness. So this idea started during COVID. We were invited by Mall of Tembisa, all the designers. There was some store that they were doing. So I just realized that we are all the same. Like what's so different about my brand that's gonna, I was actually a clothing brand. What's so different about my brand that's going to differ from everyone else?
Yeah.
So I thought, oh my goodness, let me just venture into something different. And footwear it is.
Are you like a big sneakerhead, heels
No.
girl? Like, you love buying kicks?
I'm a both. Right now I'm wearing heels, but
Yeah.
then I am a sneaker and
Is that
a heel.
your love for sneakers, would you then say is what inspired you and propelled you to starting your own footwear brand?
yes, something like that. I also wanted to create jobs because people were losing jobs and COVID was just too much for everyone.
You touched on Tembisa. Is Tembisa home? And how would you say that place has inspired what you are doing now?
No, Tembisa is not home. I am actually from Soweto. Tembisa has their own footwear.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring something from Soweto,
Soweto, yeah.
which is Vygs, yeah.
And would you say Soweto is what inspired the shoe and some of the designs?
Yes,
And what
Soweto is
about
definitely. Soweto is, there's everything. Everything is Soweto. Soweto is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what can I say about Soweto? Soweto is where I grew up. Soweto has so much. Has done a lot for me. Ubuntu bakhona. So nje, yeah.
Yeah. And now let's talk about footwear. If I were to start my own fashion brand and if I was into fashion, I definitely wouldn't start with a shoe. I'd start with a t-shirt. I'd start with robe, something very simple. What made you, well, you did say that you were doing clothes before. What made you maybe stop doing clothes and now focus all your attention into fashion?
I'm still doing clothes, but then I needed to expand my business, which is, I did everything. I did clothes, I did swimwear, I did lingerie. So I think the only thing that was left was shoes.
Did you study fashion?
Yes, I did.
And how would you say your experience with studying fashion now, like from being a student to now being an actual business owner?
It's very different because I don't think they teach us how to run a business at school. They just teach you how to sew, how to thread a machine, how to bead. They don't really teach you how to handle the business. They don't teach you the disadvantages. They don't teach you that you need to do research. They don't teach you about finances.
Yeah.
They don't teach all these things. So you just see all these difficult things when you run a business.
Sink or swim,
Yo,
literally. Now, we've been talking about this footwear. Do we have a sample for our viewers at home to see?
I was waiting for it. Oh my goodness, yes, we do have a sample. You can check under your chair.
Okay, good. Okay, let's see. This is gorgeous. Chat to me about this Vex. As you guys can see, Vex. right here, Vex right here. Tell to me about maybe the design of this particular Vex footwear.
Okay, so when I am buying a sneaker, I wanted to do something that I would wear, not just everyone, but I would wear as well. So a sneaker for me is comfort. So I sell comfort. So everything about it, it's not heavy. See, the sole of it is not that
light,
thick. It's very light, and also what is it? It's durable because you can wash. It's very easy to wash. The fabric of it is cotton fabric because it lasts longer.
I was also going to say with this design, I think it's also simple. Our young people at home who maybe go to church or go to
it's versatile.
job interviews, they can literally rock this. And where can people get a hold of the shoe if they wanted to get their hands on it?
They need to connect with me on social media, which is the Vex Footwear. On Twitter's Vex Footwear, Instagram Vex Footwear, Facebook Vex Footwear, or I can just give you my numbers.
But I'm sure they can hit you up on social media so that they can
Definitely.
order themselves.
Yes.
Now let's switch it up a little bit. This is a Purple Couch, and some of these young people who you grew up with in Soweto, Tembisa and all these other spaces where young people are, maybe they don't know about the free, sexual and health services that are offered to them by the Department of Health. Are you aware of some of these outlets?
I am definitely aware.
Yeah.
I like taking care of myself, so I need to be aware of everything that happens around me.
And being a young person in 2022, how important is it for one to know their status?
It's very important because we come across a lot of people. We come across people get raped, so you really need to know your status. Hey, daliwa in relationships.
Yeah.
You never know who's your partner is sleeping with who and who and who. So
good
you need
to
to.
test.
Yes, you have to.
Shout out to you, Cindy, and a huge congratulations on such a dope project and a dope sneaker brand. I think it's definitely going to take over the globe. And now that you've made a stop at the Purple Couch, I know when you leave here, it's going to sell out, okay?
Thank you so much for having me.
Big shout out to Cindy and Andy for coming through on the show and chatting to us about some of the incredible things that they are doing. We'll be back after this. You're still tuned in to the Purple Couch. I'm your host, Tabile TTO. And in the month of Love in February, we were out in Bloemfontein at the National School Sports Championships, where all 9 provinces were battling it out in different sporting codes for one province to come out victorious. So let's all check out what happened.
Western Cape! GSC!
Sports championships means the world to me. It's the best opportunity I've gotten so far.
I like about sports is that the energetic forces and like all this cheering and stuff when you have your team with you.
I just love tennis because it's just so fun to be on the court, do some things that other people cannot do, just appreciate your time with something that you like.
Chance ba o gayang yona tlamo Spanish. O sa rena chance ya ke tlo Spanish ka second half jang. Because I itse go ke mang o shebileng and I itse tlo usa kae.
We are also grateful to Love Life for consistently providing edutainment programs during the games and their selfless volunteers who work tirelessly to deliver the championships. We will call upon number 3 to come to the fore Western Cape. Number 2, KwaZulu Natal. The overall champion, Gauteng.
And we've come to the end of today's show. A big thank you to the young people that I was joined by. Andile Shawu, who's a youth activist and the founder of Vex Footwear Usindi. Continue to do incredible things in your communities. Connect with us across all our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is at LoveLifeNGO, #The Purple Couch. I'm Tabile TTO, and this has been an incredible takeover. Until the next episode, keep taking over. Bye, guys.